You know, we're gonna get probably very minimal from this, of course. So on that note, we're gonna play with the Broken Bandit. And sadly, we have to take out Hero Mini P.E.K.K.A. Make him a normal Mini P.E.K.K.A. He's no longer our hero, but at least we still have him, right? And you know, I just like, there's a lot going on in the world right now, and a lot of it is super sad, and you know, there's not much where we can, you're not able to do something about everything, right? And you know, every person does have a voice, and like, you may think your voice is minimal or it's not very significant, like compared to others with a big following, but even just a normal person is able to have a big voice. Like, it's true. Like, yeah, maybe it's not gonna reach as far right away, but it will reach at some point. You may have to work harder to get your voice to make an impact that you are wanting, but in the end, like, you are able to make an impact one way or another. And I think, like, it's important right now, especially, to use your voice, but I think if you use your voice and you just like are spreading a bunch of hate and a bunch of information that is just not true, or it's, I don't know, if it hurts more than it helps, I don't think, like, oh my gosh, Mini P.E.K.K.A on the tower takes tower. No, it doesn't. I don't know, I just feel like no matter what, like, you're going to, there's always going to be people who are hurtful and who will spread information that may not be true. But I think you should do all the research that you can. You should make sure that you don't allow for, so this should be value right here. I know, you shouldn't let, like, one source tell you what's right or wrong, just because what is right and wrong? Like, who's to say what's right or wrong? And who determines that? Like, you can't determine that, because everybody, like, has their own, that was the worst ability ever. Everybody has their own feelings, their own opinions, right? And that's good. Without that, if you don't have someone who's, like, two people that are far on the opposite sides, nothing good will happen. Like, you can't just have everybody agree one side, like, way on the right or left. That's not good. You need people to challenge your ideas. You need to talk. You need to conversations about
Let's steal the
just
show.
like what is right, what's wrong. You need to have opposing opinions. Without that, you're really not going to be a productive society, right? Like you can't, I guess, like you're not gonna progress if you stay one-sided. You're not. It's just a plain fact. And I shouldn't have played Bandit. What was I doing?
Eyes on me.
I just think, like, okay, I know a lot of the time we're not so serious here. We don't. We just talk about some random stuff, and I think it's good to, I mean, to have things that bring you joy, that aren't like always hurtful or just the norm of what you hear, because in reality media, like, you hear way more about media that's a lot worse than the good. You hear a lot more bad than good. And I'm not saying like, oh my gosh, what was that wizard? I'm not saying like you should hear all good, but you shouldn't hear all this bad. Like, you should have an outlet to hear good things, because if all you're hearing is bad stuff, you're not gonna feel good about yourself. You're not going to be very productive. You're not going to really enjoy your life. You're gonna feel almost lost. And
True magic, I suppose.
yeah, I don't know. I guess, like, there's a lot of bad right now. There's always gonna be bad. You're gonna hear more bad than good. And you know, there's nothing you can do about that realistically, but I think you can't only focus on the bad. You need to focus on the good. You need to not only get media from one source. You need to hear every side of everything, because nobody's gonna tell the truth 100% of the time. Nobody. It's super sad to say, and like, but that's just the reality of the world. Like, no one is going to be 100% truthful, because they want their side to look better. They want you to come to your side. That's where, like, it's good to have both sides, but you know, I think it's good that there are people in the middle to decide what might be better for society, because like it goes back and forth. Like, yeah, you might have one side for longer, or like for a couple years in a row, but then all of a sudden you're like, these guys aren't doing that great, let's switch, see what they can do. And then, you know, that's where I think, like, being from the US, we're lucky to have that. And I don't know, and to be able to just freely speak. Not everybody gets that, and I think it's good to realize these things, like, oh, I am a little more privileged. Like, not everyone will be able to say what I say or express themselves. On that note, I'm kind of just yapping for yaps just because of everything that's going on, and if you didn't like this video, I'm sorry. It's just so much going on, so much in your head, my head. I just think that, you know, it's good to talk about things. And I like playing Clash while I yap. So on that note, peace out. I hope you guys stay safe and have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Whatcha?